learning how, knowing how to do deals, but not knowing how to run an investment business. And when I picked up that book, I was like, oh,
there's a model.
There's a model. Follow this, and it really was. I mean, it was just like, okay, do this, and then once you reach, X, do Y, right? And so it really, I mean, that's what it's been like for us. For me, it was I didn't want to hire an assistant until I did a certain number of transactions, right? Or until I knew I was dropping, balls, and I didn't want to do that. So then I took the plunge and I did that, and I've just kind of followed and plugged in, and had belief around it, and it's worked out for me. So
one of the things I bounce my head around this is, a marketing guy I follow very closely talks about creativity sucks. Mm-hmm. He's like, you don't want creativity. It costs too much money. It takes too much time to be creative. What you want to do is find something that works and use it, and that's the model. For me, that's the antithesis of what I want to do, and I pay the price for it often in business. I wonder about with other agents. Mm-hmm. I wonder if there is that, if it seems to me as if there's a hunger for a model. If somebody's like, just tell me what to do and I'll do it, that's one thing. But I'll pose you a question that I asked a couple of the other people I interviewed is, if I gave you a person right now, and I said, this person will do exactly what you want them to do, that you just tell them to do and they'll do it, what would be your confidence level that they would become successful? Like, how confident would you be that they would be successful if they did what you told them to do?
I would have to know that they had the internal drive first.
Well, they'll do what you tell them to do.
Okay.
So if you say, here's what I want you to do, there's no like, well, I'm not going to do it, I'm going to do it. They're going to do it. Mm-hmm. How confident are you that they would be successful?
I'm very confident.
Right. So I'm
very confident.
So what would you tell, if you had somebody and you could tell them what to do for the next 90 days, what would you tell them to do? Like, brand new agent.
Brand new agent, I'd say develop a list of everybody you know, mm-hmm. put them into a database, right, and then put together a script of how you're going to introduce yourself, what you're doing, provide value in that call, and just start calling from the hours of, if you're a brand new agent, you have nothing else to do, mm-hmm. call all day long, right? But if you want, if you don't want to kill yourself, go from like 8:30 in the morning till about, 11:30, 12, mm-hmm. and talk to people.
Right.
Just talk to people. Find out how you can help them. Provide value in that conversation. And then what you do is you follow up, mm-hmm. right? And you put them on a tickler system. I follow the model, so I'm not making anything up. I do a 33 touch program. I put everybody in my sphere into a 33 touch program. So I try to touch them, 33 times a year in some way, shape, or form, whether it's cupcakes, cards, I know.
Cupcakes.
Yeah, cupcakes. Hey, if I sell you a house, you'll get cupcakes.
Oh,
no, but it's just things like that. It's like figuring out ways of trying to communicate with your sphere.
One of the things somebody said once that I thought really struck me is that if it's easy to do, it's easy not to do. And
sure.
That's the things that we're talking about aren't that complicated. Now let me take you just to last question for you.
But very few people do it.
Well, because it's like it's just too easy. How do we know?
It's not easy though. It's because it requires.
It's too simple or whatever it is.
Well, the thing is, it requires discipline to do it, and then again, unless you build a model around doing that, it's difficult. So.
Right. So here's a question. When you talked about your goal, mm-hmm. which is to be the top agent, mm-hmm. what do you want your business? And I might be able to pull out the red book, right, the Keller Williams book, and answer it myself. Sure. But what do you want your business and your life to look like? Mm-hmm. What's your vision for that? You know what I mean? You said your goal, but what does it look like? Is it you and 25 buyer's agents and you don't answer your phone? Does that question make sense?
Yeah, well, my vision is a little bit different because I view us as almost like how do I put this? We're not just the real estate arm, right? We are the real estate side of my business provides the income to purchase assets. Okay. So my vision is one where we develop an elite special forces team of realtors, right? That is just unbelievable at what we do. because we have systemized processes down that serve our clients, right? They're predictable systems that serve our clients at a very, very high level, which at that point we perform. And when we perform, we get compensated for it. And then we take that money and we shift it into purchasing assets, right? And so the big picture is one where we are almost like an owner-manager, right, with a brokerage in place. And not a separate brokerage, like having it branded under the Keller Williams banner, because I love the company and like what it's been able to do for my career, right? And I love the philosophy. So the way I see it is we're gonna have a special forces SWAT team on the real estate side, and then have a business that provides, cash flow.
Right.
And how do I see my life? No different than how it is today. I'm happy with where I am and content with where I am in life. I'm blessed. I just want to be the best I can possibly be at it. Not because I want a certain dollar amount or I need a certain, or I crave to be on the beach in the Bahamas or whatever. I love building businesses, right? And so what I want to do is just build a business that we can look back on and say, wow, we built something. Right. It's a cool legacy. Right. So.
Rob, thanks for coming on. We're going to take a quick break and say thanks for the people who make these interviews possible.